Now, an experiment is different than an observational study. An experiment is where we are actually going to be able to show a cause and effect relationship between two variables. So we are going to manipulate different factors or levels to create treatments, and then we're going to basically measure the results or the differences in those results so that we can say for certain that one caused the other. So how do experiments work? Well, the first thing is we're going to identify the explanatory variables, and we remember we've talked about this before, called the factors. So the explanatory variables are things that we're changing so that we can then measure the response variable. So we're going to measure the response variable and the explanatory variable, and then we're going to select our subjects. You might call them participants if they're human, experimental units if they're not human. Either way, just call them subjects. Then we'll decide on the levels to choose for each factor. So the variables are called the factors. The levels are different levels for each one of those things. The combination of the levels and factors are called the treatment. So it's important that you don't let participants choose the treatment. That, of course, can make some bias. We're always randomly assigning them. So let's take a look. Describing this experiment. A researcher wants to test if the amount of time you work out, 0, 30, or 60 minutes daily, and the amount of sleep, 4, 6, or 8 hours you get, influences your grades. So the factors are just the variables that are going to explain your grades. So the factors are time you work out and amount of sleep. So time you work out, amount of sleep. Those are the factors. The response variable is what we are measuring, which is grades in school. Who are the subjects? The students that we are studying. What are the levels? So we've got how long we work out, 0, 30, 60 minutes, and the amount of sleep that you get, 4, 6, or 8 hours. There are 9 treatment levels. Where did I come up with 9? Well, we've got 0 minutes workout, 4 hours of sleep. 0 minutes workout, 6 hours of sleep. 0 minutes workout, 8 hours of sleep. And then we do the same for 30 minutes. And then we do the same for 60 minutes. So there would be 9 total. So I could take 3 times 3 to find that number fairly quickly. Here's a question for you to try on your own. So read the question about post-surgical patients, answer the 5 questions, and then press play to check your work. So in this case, we're dealing with post-surgical patients given doses of vitamin E to speed their recovery times by helping incisions heal more quickly. So the factors, again, the things that we are changing is the vitamin E. The response variable is how long the recovery time is. So that's what we're measuring. We're seeing, does the dosage of vitamin E, 0 or 50, affect the response variable of the speed of recovery time or healing time of incisions? The subjects are obviously post-surgical patients. The factor levels are dosages of 0 milligrams or 50 milligrams of vitamin E, and there are just 2 treatment levels because there was just that one factor.